Okay, and we are live. Hey, give me a replay, gang, if you're watching the replay. My name's Zeke Ali. I'm blessed and fortunate to be an entrepreneur, and I just want to help you be one too. You know, every morning our whole goal is to give you a good game that helps you go further, faster, with less effort. Whether you're rocking with us on YouTube, maybe you checking us out on Facebook, regardless, we want to say good morning, millionaire. Yeah. How you feel, bro? My man Kaiser in the house. Make sure you turn on your notifications. That will allow you to know what the topics are each day. We're always going to give you stuff that's going to help you go further, faster, with less effort, if that's okay. Let them know where you're from. Let them know where you're from. Mama Shay. Good morning, Queen. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah. Good morning. How's everybody feeling today? Make sure you represent where you are from. You know, I feel like this is going to be a really good day right here. I feel like this is going to be an incredible day. You know, I'm looking forward to getting a little bit better. You know what I mean? That's right. Good morning. And the cops that killed Breonna Taylor are still walking around. Good morning. Let them know who you're representing. Hey. I love it. Good morning. Let them know we are here, y'all. This is a good one. What you want to do is, share this in different groups, and we all go through this crap right here, right? This is going to be a real good one, y'all. Let me make sure I put this thing. It's all about your atmosphere. Y'all ever heard this song before? Really listen to the lyrics? Huh? Boy, I tell you, they say environment is stronger than willpower. You know, I think that's an incredible statement right there. Environment is stronger than willpower, you know? And you got three different types of environment. You know, you have that environment that is around you. We call that a habitat, right? We have that environment that is the walking, talking people around us. We call that culture. And then we have that environment that's inside our head. We call that a mentality. Environment is stronger than willpower. Can you hear me? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Making sure that you keeping your head to the sky. You know, making sure that we can address the things that make us feel some kind of way when we're going through it. We aren't always sure, you know, what's going on in our head. We just know we feel some kind of way. What if we could switch that up a little bit, y'all? What if we could switch that up? What if we could predict where the potholes are? Ain't that something? Make sure you share this with somebody who might want to be able to recognize the patterns a little bit quicker. That's important. We're going to get started in about 2 minutes. Good morning, millionaires. If you ain't checked in yet, let them know you are here. Let them know you in the house. Good morning, millionaires. Yeah. All right. All right, we getting started. About to get started, y'all. And y'all know nothing about that. Make sure you turn on your notifications. If we haven't mentioned that yet today. Turn on your notifications down there at the bottom. What you know about it. All right. Let's get this party started. I'm about to call in on the live line. How's everybody feeling? Scale of 1 to 10. How you feeling this morning? All right, here we go. Please announce yourself.
All participants are muted and they can unmute themselves.
Okay. It is 7:30 a.m. That means it's time for me to say
exit tones are off.
Good morning, millionaire. I hope you are feeling incredible this morning. My name's Haziq Ali. And this morning, I wanted to talk to you from the perspective of why we quit. Why is it that when something real big comes along, we find ourselves just giving up? Now, when the idea comes to us, it's such an incredible feeling. We get all of this dopamine. We get it. We're on fire. We have fun talking to our friends about it. Man, it's crazy, right? Because sometimes we have more fun talking to our friends about it than we have actually putting in the work. You know what I mean? What happens that makes us give up? Well, millionaires, believe it or not, there's a science to all of this stuff. The same guy that gave us Maslow's, when you hear Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that's this cat named Abraham Maslow, right? He was a anthropologist of sorts. Like, he studied the human condition and how it is that we evolve, how it is that we're able to push civilization forward by pushing ourselves forward. So that Maslow's hierarchy of needs starts at the bottom with what we call physiological, and then it ends at the top with what we call self-actualization traditionally. Now, some say there's a level after that when you're giving it away, right? But I just want you to remember that. Hopefully some of you guys remember that. Somebody remember that? If you remember that, somebody give me Maslow in the comments. Maslow. That's a good dude to Google in terms of some of his theories, if you ever want to get into philosophy and just expand your mind a little bit. But what I think is incredible about Abraham Maslow as well is that he gave us this system that we can utilize, okay, that allows us to see why we quit. See, there is a system to the way that you learn anything. There's a system to the way that you learn everything. And if you understand why I always say that, there's something, a syntax in our life, right? If you look at your lifestyle and you don't like it, you've got to look backwards at your results. You can't focus on your lifestyle. You got to look backwards at your results, right? And if you don't like your results, you have to look backwards at your activity. You can't focus on the results. You got to look backwards at your activity, right? And if you don't like your activity, you got to look backwards at your attitude, right? You got to look back at your attitude. You can't focus on the activity. You got to be like, why am I? But listen to me. If you don't like your attitude, you have to look at your philosophy. And one of the most important pieces of your philosophy as you become millionaire minded is to understand that your attitude is just a function of whether or not you understand the laws of nature. Can somebody give me that in the comments? Your attitude is just a function of whether or not you understand the laws of nature. It's just that simple. If I have an attitude that is based around the way life actually works, my attitude is going to be what you call positive. Right? If my attitude is based on me being in my own head and having this tiny, myopic, pedantic, pedestrian view of the world, you're going to say I have a negative attitude because my attitude is so shrunk, right? That it's actually getting smaller. It's making my life smaller. It's constricting my ability. It's constricting my potential. Well, here's how the laws of nature work as it relates to mastery. The first level, y'all, is always unconscious incompetence. That means you don't know what you don't know. The next level after that, y'all, is always going to be conscious incompetence. That's where you start to become aware of what you don't know. The next level after that is always conscious competence. Now it's like, oh, that's how you do it. I'm starting to get it, but it's like, hold up, y'all, I'm trying to concentrate. And then the level after that, which we call mastery, is unconscious competence. Unconscious competence. Unconscious competence, mastery. But here's why people quit. People quit because right between conscious competence and unconscious competence is what we call a plateau. There's a plateau that hits right there, y'all, and it messes your head up because you don't see it coming. You didn't realize. See, what you got to understand, y'all, is when you're chasing after something really big, you get really, really excited when you're getting progress. Happiness always comes from what you got happening, right? So let's just say you're learning to play basketball for the first time, and then you're out there on the court. You come home excited. It's like, I learned what a free throw is. Let's say you're learning to play tennis. I learned what a backhand is. I learned what a forehand is, right? Let's say you're working out. You're like, oh my goodness, my muscles feel so sore. I feel great. Look at the scale just melting away. Look at my body starting to form, right? You're having progress as you move up from not even knowing anything about this to this feeling of discontent. Like, dang, I want to do that. I want to know that. I want to experience that. But now you're in it. Now you're in that job. Now you're in that business. Now you're in that relationship and you hit the plateau. This is where people quit. You got to share this with somebody if you know you got an accountability partner that needs to hear this. Because what I'm saying is, if you could predict it, then you could control it. That plateau is where you want to switch jobs. That plateau is where you want to switch relationships. That plateau is where you want to stop going to the gym. That plateau is where you want to quit your business. But what if I told you it's completely predictable and there are 5 mindsets? See, the whole thing is that plateau is when you're putting the same amount of energy into it, but you're not getting the results that you were getting at first. Oh, you still working out, but the weight ain't coming off as quick, or the muscles ain't forming as quick. Am I right? Somebody out there feel me. Somebody out there feel me. So what if so we get it, right? There are always going to be these feelings of doubt. There's always going to be these feelings of fear. Do you think I didn't experience that when I'm literally sleeping in my car, when literally my ex-wife is bad-mouthing me to everybody? Literally, because you got friends with them. So you're being attacked emotionally. Then it's like, you got to understand, I was just getting close to my pops. Everything was just now starting to come together and whatnot when all of a sudden he dies. Then you got to think about it. My stores weren't raided because of something I did. You let me tell it. Now, of course, I understand it's all about me taking responsibility. I shouldn't have hired the dude. I should have kept a more eagle eye on what he was doing. I take full responsibility for it. But the fact is, the feds raided. I had felony charges and all of that. They ended up dropping all of that because I was freaking innocent. They still shut everything down. You think that going through that kind of crap ain't going to come with a lack of self-confidence? You don't think that it's going to chip away at who you are inside? Whatever it is that you want to achieve, you think I ain't still have dreams? But whatever it is that you want to achieve in life, no matter how much you want it, there's always going to be a challenging period. What you got to understand is this what makes you a legend. You always hear people say giving up is not an option. Giving up is an option. You hear me? But what I'm about to give you, though, is I'm about to give you 5 mindsets that make you want to quit. Because when you look at them and you just stare them on head on, we only got a couple more minutes, so I'm going to run through these. But I believe that when you're able to look at it and stare at it head on, this is the time to ping people in. This is the time to share this broadcast, because what I'm telling you right now can change not only your life, but if you infect the people around you with it, it can change the culture. And then that rising tide can lift every boat in the bay. You got to understand, environment's stronger than willpower. That's why I started breaking down to you. Environment ain't just habitat. Environment ain't just mentality. Environment is your culture. All right, if you're ready for number 1, give me a number 1 and a share. I got 5 of them for you real quick. Give me a number 1 and a share, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. There are 5 different mindsets that make you quit too soon when it's the big thing that could change your whole life. When it's the big thing that I'm going to tell you something, man. We are all the same human animals. We're all driven by the same human instincts. We are just who we are, y'all. We can't help it. But what I'm saying is you can begin to affect and define the odds that are against you by setting yourself up for success. Let's at least have a routine that makes success inevitable. Let's at least have a support system that makes success inevitable. As long as it's about the, all right, so let's get into it. All right, here's the first one, y'all. Appreciate that. Millionaires, the first mindset that I want to point out for you that makes you quit is when you mistake lessons for failure. When you mistake lessons for failure. Somebody give me that in the comments. Mistaking lessons for failure is the first reason that most people give up too soon. That's what makes them feel like they're in this plateau. They're in this place where they're putting in, and not getting the same return. You are getting the same return. In the words of Thomas Edison, who stole, all the fame for creating the light bulb from my great grandfather, Lewis Latimer, whatever. But Thomas Edison has his quote. He probably stole that too. But he was like, man, I didn't fail 10,000 times when I was creating the light bulb. What I did was I found 10,000 ways that it wouldn't work. But see, what about you? Are you mistaking these lessons in your life for you being a loser? Don't you understand? After you take enough L's and you can remove the L from the learn, it becomes earn. Millionaires, you learn more, you earn more. And human evolution is based around one phenomenon. I'm talking about from a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about how they discovered Viagra because it was a hair growth treatment. And they gave it to the people in the retirement home. And it was like, well, man, I don't know what's up with my hair, but I tell you what is growing. And it's like, oh, give us them pills back. And it's like over my dead body. But that was a mistake that created Viagra. That's a silly example, but my point is all of our evolution, all of our civilization is based around making mistakes. You got to stop looking at that as a failure. If you're ready for number 2, give me a number 2 and a share. Give me a number 2 and a share. We almost out of here. We only got like a couple more minutes, so we got to speed this up. Here we go. Here we go. Give me a number 2 and a share. Give me a number 2 and a share. Let's get it. All right, here's number 2. Feeling like the result is more important than the journey makes you want to quit. Feeling like the result is more important than the journey. That makes you want to quit. See, this is what you got to understand. The vision is what you want to hold firm. That's why every morning we do visualization, et cetera, so forth, right? But you cannot mistake it. The goal is not really the beautiful thing about the goal. Now, what I love about entrepreneurship is before I got into this world, I never even heard the word goal. I don't know about you, but before I became really, really serious about expanding my mind so that it matched my goals, right? I never even heard words like goals, right? Until I became serious about the fact that everybody who has something that I ain't got knows something that I don't know. Listen to me. What you got to understand is that it is not the goal. It's the person you have to become to achieve it. And if you put more emphasis on the end result, if you put more emphasis on the harvest than you do on sowing the seeds, I hate to tell you, but you're going to starve. Again, I'm basing my attitude on the laws of nature. And I know that a farmer don't go around buying one seed. I know a farmer got to buy a big old bag with thousands of seeds in it and then maybe get a couple dozen to sprout. You get what I'm saying to you? That's nature, baby. But if you mess around and decide that for some reason you are just supposed to be getting these perfect results every step of the way, and you somehow are supposed to be blessed with this sort of manna from heaven and this harvest when you haven't even shown and proven your ability to nourish a plant, who would do that? If we think of the universe or God or the creator as a parent and a good parent, why the heck would he do that? Would you do that with your children? Millionaires, the outcome has to be secondary to you enjoying the process, not rushing the process, but trusting the process. That's what's going to change your life. Here's the third one. Somebody give me a number 3 and a share. We ready? Give me a number 3 and a share. Give me a number 3 and a share. Give me a number 3 and a share. We almost out of here. We only got a couple more minutes and then we're going to get our affirmations out of here. Millionaires, lack of discipline. Lack of discipline. We'll call this mindset instant gratification syndrome. Instant gratification syndrome. Instant gratification syndrome would be number 4. Instant gratification syndrome would be number 3, excuse me. Millionaires, what you have to do is you have to understand that discipline is the key to freedom. I was talking to my son yesterday, and it's like he's like a whole different person since they said you could open back up the schools. He can actually be around other human beings his age, right? And he was like, man, because we have this fitness thing. He's like, I've been, I was giving him props, son. He's been crushing his push-ups every day. But my son was real thin, kind of like his pops was. Like somebody just sent me an outfit for me. And I'm like, what did I have on? Like my pants were so baggy. It looked damn near like I had on, I don't know. I'm going to post it for throwback. It looked like I had on a dress. I ain't even going to hold you. But anyway, I was so skinny, man, and my son was following my footsteps, but now he's going hard. And I was like, that's beautiful, son, because you got to understand, all freedom comes from discipline. I was like, think about it. If you want to have the financial freedom, where's it going to come from? He said, discipline. I said, if you want to have the freedom to move a certain way on the field or the court, what's it going to come from? He said, discipline. I said, if you're going to want the power and the freedom to be able to do what you want when you're dealing with your mom, what's it going to come from? He said, discipline. Millionaires, all freedom comes from discipline. And if you are out here living in an instant gratification kind of world, if you are not in a mind space where you're not realizing that your dreams ain't just going to fall into your lap in a couple of weeks after you starting this thing, in a couple of weeks after it, you're supposed to be able to see all of the nuances. It's a ridiculous premise. You have to understand that you don't need nobody to come and save you. All you have to focus on is the next best step. All you have to focus on is the next best step. And if you will get yourself into a place where you understand that it's really not even about you having discipline for a long time. Discipline is really going to just help you start that engine, right? But let me tell you the gasoline in the engine. It's your habits and your vision. Right? All freedom comes from discipline, but check it out. You only need a little boost of discipline. Just enough to make it a habit. And that's why that course that we got in the Kaizen Academy on habits is so powerful, y'all. Give me a number 4 in the share. Give me a number 4 in the share. Yeah, Carvel, like hammer pants, exactly. Nah, we're going to work on it, though. We're going to work on that discipline. Every morning, you're going to be here with us. We're working on your discipline together. All right? We're working on your discipline. We're creating a new environment for ourselves. That's what we do here. This is Millionaire Minded. Welcome to the family. You officially family once you speak up in the comments, and once you speak up on the line, or once you speak up on Clubhouse. All right. Here's the 4th one that crushes us, y'all. I'm gonna hurry up. But I had to tell you this, right? People who focus more on anxiety than anticipation. Focusing more on anxiety than anticipation. You know what I'm talking about. Seeing the failure before it's even happened. That makes you quit. Most people think they have a procrastination problem. Well, what they got is an anticipation problem. You hear what I'm saying to you? You're not procrastinating because you're lazy. You're procrastinating because secretly you feel like it's going to fail. Secretly, you're seeing the failure before, don't you? No, faith and fear are both using your imagination. And when you use your imagination, you're accessing a higher power. Every morning, one of our affirmations is, God creates through the use of my imagination. But that's not just an affirmation, that's an acknowledgement. We are his hands and feet. But here's the whole thing. If you're using your imagination in reverse, I think it's Ben Franklin who said worry is like paying rent on something you may never own. What the hell? You just letting trouble live rent free in your head when you could easily focus on the treasure? That is ridiculous. And you are literally self sabotaging yourself like that elephant in a circus that should be able to snap that rope like a spider web when he weighs 3 tons, but he can't do it because he was taught when he was a little baby elephant that it was impossible. Millionaires, you're seeing the failure without even testing the limits. You're a whole new person today than you were yesterday. Yeah, they said no, but what about today? Man, my mentor tells a hell of a story about that. Y'all got to hear Mr. Brown, Mr. Les Brown, tell that story about getting on the radio and how every day he showed up like, man, he ain't know if somebody had got sick or died, sir. I was just making sure everything was cool up here. And eventually he got on the air. Nobody can stop your discipline once you convert it into a habit. Once you convert that discipline that you're trying to impose on your life, and you just do the small stuff to make it a habit. We got a whole course on it, right? But listen, with the gym, right? I didn't start off in the gym trying to be there like Mr. Olympia and all of that. I didn't start off doing miles and miles on the treadmill. I started off just going until I ain't feel like being there no more. I don't care if it was 15, 20 minutes and all these dudes with muscles coming out their ears is laughing at me. I don't care. You know what I did? I imposed a habit on my life. I voted for a new self-image of myself. I just needed enough discipline to make it a habit. Now I feel weird when I don't go. You get what I mean? Now I'm able to use that emotional thing, that human instinct to do what we feel like doing, or not doing it because we don't feel like doing it. And I've made it work for me by creating a habit. That habit makes it so now if I don't do it, I feel bad about not doing it. See, what some of us we got it wrong. We feel weird when we're doing a thing that'll grow our business. We feel weird when we're doing a thing that'll grow our life. We feel weird when we're doing a thing that'll make us more healthy. Instead, what if we could create a life where we feel weird when we don't? You see what I'm saying? All right, the last one I got for you, y'all, is hating the idea of changing. Hating the idea of changing. Millionaires, hating the ideas of changing, it will mess you up quicker than you think. It'll mess you up quicker than you think. Because change is inevitable. There's no constant except change. There's nothing consistent except the fact that everything changes. There's no such thing as maintaining. Things either grow or die. And you got to understand that that is a good thing. For the man with goals, everything helps. For the woman with goals, everything helps. But for the person without goals, nothing helps. As long as I have a goal, I can use all of this. You get what I mean? I always say that God's will is what we're given free will. So our will is what we do, right? But God's will is what we become. And the reason you get thrown these rough seas is so that you can become a better sailor. It ain't the calm sea that makes somebody good at steering this ship around. You hear me? And if you're out here not embracing changes in the economy, not embracing change, I hear some people saying they can't work their business now because of the fact that we got COVID. Man, meanwhile, I was excited about COVID in a certain way because I'm like, dang, now we don't even have to go around nowhere. We can just do everything from Zoom. What the heck? It used to be rude to just say, hey, I just rather meet by video conference. Now it's rude to meet in person. Oh, it's incredible. But are you the type of person who is allowing yourself to hate change? Now, don't get me wrong. It's a human instinct. We only human, but I'm just letting you know that's that mindset that'll make you quit. That's mindset number 5 that will make you quit. Because what you got to understand is that change is here to help you tweak your ideas. Change is here to help you find things that you can evolve differently than you originally imagined it, right? Not taking it as a sign that something ain't meant to work out. No, taking it as a sign that you are meant to work out. Man, I never will forget what got me in the gym. I looked down and I couldn't see, like, you know how you're used to seeing like yourself, like in a pair of pants or whatever, and you look down, man, my stomach was over. No, I'm not going out like that. You see what I'm saying? So I didn't take it as a sign like, I guess that means I'm getting older and that means my metabolism is slowing down. Nah. If my metabolism, we about to speed it up, baby. All right. Anyway, I'm out of here, man. I hope that was helpful. I love y'all. You can call in now on the winter hotline, 667-776-9461. 667-776-WIN1. And you can do your affirmations with us, or you can join us on Clubhouse. Love y'all. Repeat after me, millionaires. I am so